Hey, what's up, Dominator? I don't think my music is working again for some reason, so we will just do this one without it. I can hear it, but you probably can't. I'm a bit quiet. Is that better? Mr. Donovan? Much better. Okay, great. All right. So, today we are doing live action remakes of Disney movies. This list will be based off of how well the movie was compared to its original counterpart, mostly. And we've got 5 tiers: perfection, great, good, meh, and how did you mess up this bad? All right. So, first up, 101 Dalmatians. Now this and the second one came out a while ago, right? And they're enjoyable. I think they're good, especially for their time. Good cast. The CGI was like a little sketchy in the first one, but that's okay. Uh we'll forgive it just because of when it came out. So 101 Dalmatians, we're gonna put in great. I think solid movie. I think the second one is not as good, but still pretty decent. So I'll put that one in good. All right. All right. Aladdin. Okay. A lot of people really enjoyed this movie. I, however, did not. And I will explain why. The story, basically remains mostly the same. Yeah, just a boot. Um, but I think the problem with this movie lies in the casting. They just completely botched the cast of this movie, and like Will Smith was okay. Of course, you're not gonna do better than Robin Williams. Obviously, no one no one would, and we knew this going in this movie. However, the um, the actor for Aladdin like was okay, I guess. Jasmine was fine. Uh, yeah, no one can top Robin Williams. Very true, Donovan. Um, but Jafar, one of one of the best villains in Disney history, they completely, like, the dude who did Jafar was just a total narc. He sucked. And then the Sultan, who you know, is like one of the most like bubbly, like happy people in the cartoon, is blander than anyone in any movie. Like the Sultan absolutely sucked. Him and Jafar were terrible. And then the whole like the love story with Genie like is fine, I guess, but I don't know. And the whole like I was not a fan of the Jasmine song, you know? I thought it was terrible, honestly. So, Aladdin, not a fan at all. We're gonna put it in bottom tier, uh, primarily for the cast. Yeah, the cast sucked, terrible. All right, Alice in Wonderland, number one. Technically, is a is a sequel to the cartoon, right? Because she's like a bit older and she comes back to Wonderland. And this movie is really good. They have a really solid cast for this movie, unlike Aladdin, as I keep burping. Ugh, help. All right. But it's an extension. It's not really a remake. It carries on the story, which is fun and great. Um, so I really like this movie. I think it's great. It's gonna go in great tier. Fun story, really good cast, solid movie, right? Um, and I guess we will do the second one now, which the story was not nearly as good as the first one. It's just like a classic, like go back in time, you try and change things, it doesn't work out, and then somebody screws up and messes up the past, which, affects everything in the future. They gotta fix it. And it's just a heavy focus on the Mad Hatter, you know, which I love the Mad Hatter. Um, like one of the best characters in the movies, but this movie was just like it was it was whatever. Beauty and the Beast, though, beautiful cast, stays really like true to the cartoon, really true to the cartoon. Um, the whole like extension with Belle's mom is nice. It doesn't you know conflict with the original story at all. It just adds. And uh, the beast the beast's original song is top tier. Like that song is so good, you know. So stays really true to the original cartoon, really solid cast. And really just like one of the best live actions. So, Beauty and the Beast, perfection. I have nothing to complain about uh Beauty and the Beast. Christopher Robin. All right. So Christopher Robin. Um, I actually really enjoyed this movie. Like it's you know like okay, so it's kind of like it's a sequel, right? You know, it it it's when Christopher Robin is grown up, you know, and Ian McGregor, perfect man. So solid cast for Christopher Robin himself, you know. Um, and this movie is like so depressing, but like a good depressing, you know. And it's like it's so like dark. It's got so much dark humor, which is hilarious for a Winnie the Pooh movie, you know. It really does put you in the feels, Donovan. Um, yeah, I loved this movie. Like, it's quirky and silly, but it's Winnie the Pooh, so that's okay. And so is perfection, Donovan? You know what? Yeah, I really enjoyed it. You know what? Christopher Robin, perfection. It was so good. All right. Um, Cinderella. Cinderella was great. It was really nice in the beginning to have the touchy story with her dad, you know, and just like the progression in which she became Cinderella, because her real name is Ella. Stayed really true the to the cartoon. I wish the mice could talk, honestly. And what's her face as the fairy godmother? I actually wasn't really a fan of. I don't really think that was a part for her, and the humor that they tried to do with her was just like kind of weird and off. So I wasn't a fan of that, but really like, and I'm not really a fan of the actress who played Cinderella either. But I mean, she was all right. But the other cast was great. No complaints there. Um, the prince is oh shoot, what's his name? What's his name? Is it Ned Stark from Game of Thrones? Anyway, super good actor. I love him. Cinderella, we're gonna put in good. Like it's fine. You know, this would be equivalent of like B tier. Just average. It was okay. All right, Cruella. Okay, if you have not seen this movie, which I'm sure you think it's great tier but not perfection for Cinderella, Donovan. Um, I don't want to say much about Cruella, but yeah, okay, Donovan. Yeah, I'm gonna stick Cinderella in good. So I don't want to give too many spoilers with Cruella, but it was basically a prequel to the original movie. Cruella when she's like young and trying to make something of herself, and she's like, it's the same thing as Maleficent, where they're like put in this perspective of the villain, which is always really fun. I'm a fan of when they do that, do stuff like that. And this movie was so good. It was brilliant. The story was phenomenal. It had multiple fantastic twists, great cast, just really, really enjoyable. Um, the CGI was a little weird, a little bit, in a couple cases, but this movie was just phenomenal. I'm gonna put in perfection. All right, Dumbo. So, Dumbo was a really weird movie. Dumbo was very weird. So, they had the whole feather thing. They had the clown, him being a clown. I wish they did more with the mouse, you know, because he was like one of the main characters, and like he wasn't even in the movie, and they had this whole like villain thing with Dumbo, just a whole extension of the story. And you got Danny DeVito, which is always fun. Um, oh, Dumbo was just so weird, but it's okay. It was all right. It was fine. I'll put Dumbo in good. Will I put Dumbo in good? No. Dumbo is meh. Yeah, Dumbo isn't as good as like Cinderella. You know. All right. Lady and the Tramp. All right. So this was Disney Plus's first Disney Plus original, right? Matt Tier is a good choice. All right. Thank you, Donovan. Lady and the Tramp. First Disney Plus movie. Um, and for the most part, it stuck to the original cartoon, but the the CGI was just so bad in this movie. You know, it was not good. Like you have like these movies where the CGI is like fantastic with animals, like Lion King and Jungle Book, where the the animals are like animated and talking, but it like still looks okay. But in Lady and the Tramp, it was just so weird and off putting. But the story was fine. They made Jock into a chick, which was weird, but fine, whatever. The movie needs more female roles, so let's turn a dog into a woman. She was still Scottish, so that was the big thing. So they got rid of the whole zoo, which kind of sucked. With the beaver, the beaver was fun. They got rid of him. I mean, they still kept him in as a statue, but that's not the same thing. That was dumb. That was lazy. And the stupid thing is, like, which I guess this is a gripe to the cartoon as well, but the whole conflict of the movie comes from lady escaping the aunt because she's dog sitting for the family, you know? And in this movie, they're like, we couldn't find anyone else to watch Lady while we were gone, so we're stuck with you. This stupid lady who hates dogs and brings her cats into the house. You couldn't have asked like one of your next door neighbors who was there. They were open. They were home. You know, their next door neighbor who also has a dog and obviously gets along with Lady really well. They could have watched her instead of this stupid lady who hates dogs. And the whole thing could have been avoided if they just asked their neighbor. So, um, but I digress. So the movie was okay. The CGI was super weird. Um, so because they just completely botched the CGI, I'm gonna put this in good, but nothing more than that. All right. All right. Maleficent. Okay, Maleficent. Which number one first? All right. So this is the other case of you know they they take the perspective of the villain, and it's through the villain's eyes, which I think is really fun and almost makes the villain a hero. So it's technically like it's the same story but told in a different perspective. And instead of Maleficent being the villain, it's the king and the kingdom of humans. Uh, and this whole twist is great. Um, I think the first Maleficent is really good. I'm not a huge fan of Aurora, but uh, I mean, she's not the focus, right? The the name of the movie isn't Sleeping Beauty, it's Maleficent. So it focuses on Maleficent, and Angelina Jolie did Maleficent perfectly. It's a fun twist, a different perspective, and is super solid. Like Maleficent, perfection. Yeah, Maleficent was phenomenal. And then the second one came out and added all these new characters, good and bad. They switched up the prince, which the new prince was dull as crap. He sucked. And then I I don't know. It was a good villain with a what's her face, the queen. She was, a person you wanted to hate. So they did their job there. But the whole thing where Maleficent, finds her kind is fun. It's cool. And they hint at like how she was born, but like hint at it. They just like throw it in there. Like they just sprinkle it over the top. And either don't include that at all or expound on that. It was just like this gap. And then like Maleficent is hardly in this movie, I feel like I feel like it just focuses on Aurora so much and these other people, and Maleficent kind of turns into this side character, I feel like. you know so I'm gonna upset my wife by saying this, but I'm putting Maleficent 2 in meh. All right. Maleficent 1, perfect. Number 2, not so great. All right. Moving on to, thank you, Donovan. Mulan. Okay. Okay. Mulan. Okay, so when they sweet. No, what? What's up? Are you mad? Are you mad? All right. Uh, okay, so when Mulan came out, they wanted it to be like a super serious movie. All right, and I have a lot to say about this movie. And they got rid of all the songs. Yes, at least good. Okay, at least good. All right. Okay, I'll put it in good. Okay, Mulan wanted to be super serious and like more accurate and more realistic, I guess. But there's like 30-minute videos that go in depth of why this movie sucks. Um, so just I'll just paraphrase. They completely botch her relationship with her father. Shane isn't even in this. They replace him with some dumb love interest who is not even part of the movie. Like he's useless and doesn't matter. Um, they had like the super weird like aura chakras bullshiz crap where you know that lets Mulan like freaking kick spears with her feet. Like what? Okay. Um, the villain was terrible. They had like the whole side like lady who's a witch. Okay, whatever. Who's supposed to be the bird, and last second turns on the dude, and like you don't connect with any of the characters. Didn't have any music, and on top of everything, they got rid of Mushu, and that alone automatically set up the movie to be a failure. All right, this movie is the worst Disney has ever put out ever. Like, how did you mess up this bad? They could not have messed up more than this movie. Yeah, yeah, Donovan. Yeah, it is so bad, so bad. All right, all right. I'm done with Mulan. Let's move on. I rhymed. Okay, the super old Jungle Book. Um, did anyone even watch this? Does anyone care about this? No? Okay, it's going in meh. Alright. But the new Jungle Book Um, what was it, like 2016? This movie was really good. The only they could have messed up more was casting Scarlett Johansson as Mulan. What? Because she's not Chinese, or because you hate Scarlett Johansson? Because she can play any role. Oh, okay. Um, all right. And she's played Asian characters in the past. Oh, she has? That's weird. All right. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. Well, this I don't. She probably could have done better than this chick. This chick sucked. No emotional connection to her whatsoever. Okay, Jungle Book. I really like, first of all, how they um do the whole relationship with the wolves, and expound on that. Because, like, they're in the very beginning of the cartoon and then never touched on again. Uh, but I feel like that was a really nice addition to the movie. The whole inclusion of the wolves. Um, it was kind of weird that King Louis was like massive, you know, but whatever. The voice actors in this movie were so good. Like, they just got like such a power cast, you know? They got Heimdall from Thor, um freaking Qui-Gon Jinn. They got who is Baloo? You know. Um King Louis's voice was solid. Just really good voice actors. All right. I'm bad with names, but they had good voices. Um and the whole like Peace Rock was fun, and it kind of gave reason to like why these animals are interacting with each other. So that was cool, you know. And in the end, Mowgli stays in the jungle instead of going and being with man, because he got the hots for one of the village ladies. You know, that's fine. That was good. They made Ka into a girl, but that's fine. That didn't do anything. They got rid of the vultures, which was fine, honestly. Like, I mean, they were still like kind of included, but uh, anyways, Jungle Book, really solid. Nothing really to complain about. Jungle Book. That's going in perfection. Really, really solid. All right. Pete's Dragon was meh. Spoilers. Um, did anyone like this movie? I don't even know how it compares to the original, honestly, but like, Donovan got me. Oh shoot. He did me dirty. Um, what I really have to complain about this movie is Pete never told me that he had a dragon. Like, what the freak, Pete? If you ever watch this, Thanks for telling your best friends that you have a dragon. Really cool. Um, but no, this kid, super young age, uh, gets stranded in a forest and is, protected and raised by an animal, a dragon, which is basically the exact same thing as Jungle Book, except Jungle Book was good. This movie is just kind of like uneventful. It's just like this kid like slowly going into civilization and constantly trying to hide this dragon. You know, uh, I feel like it's pretty similar to the Jungle Book, and um, was just whatever. It was meh. All right, okay, all right, okay. I'm gonna do Sorcerer's Apprentice first. All right. So this was a take on uh Fanastasia. Is that what it's called? Fantasia? Am I dumb? I'm probably dumb. All right. Um, they had just kind of like a weird cast. They had uh Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon as a main kid. You know, they had what's his name? Shoot, what's his name? Donovan. Um, no, the actor. Nicolas Cage. Duh, freaking Nicolas Cage as the sorcerer, the main sorcerer, right? Which he's like, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Nicolas Cage. Um, the chick was okay. I feel like the villain at the very end, the big bad villain, was immediate perfection terror with Nicolas Cage. The villain at the very end, that they were like hyping up and playing up to be this huge, powerful sorceress, did not do a single thing. She sucked. That was huge disappointment at the very end. Um, his girlfriend took the, you know, uh, the news that magic exists. She took that like way too well. She's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, this is a thing, and I'm okay with it." It was kind of weird. Took it a little too well. So I don't know, like it was enjoyable. It was fun. They had the iconic mop scene, which was fun. Where do I put this? Where do I put this? It was good. Yeah, it was enjoyable enough. All right. Okay. Last but not least, Lion King. And Lion King was like frame by frame the same as the cartoon. Like more than any other movie. They like they seriously like just changed the cartoon into live action, just straight up. They did not do nearly as well on the songs though. Like, I was really disappointed with Scar's villain song because, especially because like that's one of the best villain songs that Disney has done, and was it kind of just sucked. Um, Timon was like really flamboyant, like a little too much. It's kind of, I don't know. But it was a good cast. They had Mufasa, the same voice, right? So that was pretty cool. Um, the hyenas. Ah, they didn't have Ed. They changed up the hyenas. That's what they messed up. The 3 original hyenas, which were great, and they ruined those. All right. Did I leave anything out, Donovan? Anything else about Lion King that we need to say? The question is, do I put Lion King in great tier or perfection? What does it deserve, Donovan? And or anyone else watching? All right. I'm going to put Lion King in great tier. I think these other ones are just slightly better than Lion King. There's not too much to complain about. So, still great movie. So, yeah. Anyways, there is our Disney live action remake tier list. Perfection is Beauty and the Beast, Christopher Robin, Cruella, Maleficent, and Jungle Book. And the worst are Aladdin and Mulan. So yeah, that's gonna end it for us. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know your opinions in the comments. And yeah, again, thanks for watching. Until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye.